Hello, this is Harmon Johnsen, and I'm going to present my interactive project analysis. So the article I chose is Can You Gerrymander Your Party to Power? The article makes you strategically draw lines in a fictional town to explain how gerrymandering works. You'll see that here in a second when I go to the website. It then backs up the game with some information about gerrymandering and how it's affected parts of America. It was released in 2022, so it was released around the time of some of the discrepancies during the midterms. That's part of the reason why I chose the article. Some other reasons as I'm recording this. The election is on Tuesday, which is in 2 days because this is Sunday. And I also respect the New York Times's interactive pieces. They're typically pretty good. So I decided to do something kind of political, but not too much because it hasn't been talked about as much this year. There's really only about three pieces of media used, and I'll talk about some other stuff they could do towards the end. But the game is the first thing. It's a point and click type game about drawing lines around different hexagons in a fictional city. There's two parties, and there's also some minorities within the parties. You'll see that when I go to the website. There is writing that follows the initial game, and then in that writing, as part of the article, is some maps. I think there's two of them. It's a side by side of Austin, Texas. So, how does the media work together? You have to play the game before you can read the article, so you have to make decisions with a little bit of limited knowledge about the topic. The reading then backs up some of the decisions you made, or maybe discredits some of the decisions you made, and then why some of the people make the decisions they do, because it's political parties that end up drawing the lines. And then the map, the side by side shows an example of what kind of you did during the game, but in a real life setting, actually showing some of the gerrymandering that's happened in the political world. So let's go check out the article. Go to that page, and here it is. So it's Can you gerrymander your party to power? Um, Gives a little brief thing here, but then the city is called Hexopolis. Um, they redraw parties again, purple and yellow. There's 9 districts. So to draw a district, you basically click and drag on your screen. Districts must have equal population, so we'll see that. And then these are the minorities I was talking about. You have to include so many that include more than half as minority districts because that is how the law is structured in America. So we will enter the city and it'll give you either purple or yellow. So the goal here is to make as many of these favor my party. So if I click and drag like this, um, there now I have a majority party and there's 15. That's a district. I won't spend too much time on this. I'm gonna just basically kind of click and drag willy-nilly. The goal here is you should try and sit down and do this over the course of a few minutes. Take some time. There is an option to skip, so that's what I'm gonna do here. But you get the idea of the game. It's pretty straightforward. I'll skip to the recap. And then it gives you the results. So the people that play the game, here are the results. The highest possible number of purple maps you can get is 9. You can get all 9 parties to fit your way. And then it shows you some of the examples of how people draw to get every party to work out or every district to work out in their favor. And then here's the reading. How does the redistricting affect the world? And the example it gives you is Texas, which the Republicans controlled the redistricting when it happened. So they redrew the lines, and you can see they created an entirely new district that kind of packed the blue voters, the Democrat voters in Austin, into one district, and then had all these other districts surrounding the city that had a majority of Republican voters to try and sway the ballot. Again, it's kind of a shamed upon, you know, not illegal, but really unethical type thing. And then it will let you try again as the same party, or you can actually try again as the other party. And the yellow party, I think, is the harder one because there's less people, less districts. So that is the article. A couple of things that could have been done better. The main one that I saw was this reading here, and there's not a lot of other stuff here. It's just article, map, article. I think maybe getting an explanation from like a political expert in a video might be cool, or potentially maybe even throwing in like a couple of independent type voters. So if you go back to the map here, maybe throw in one that's gonna sway either way. That would even add some other context, but fairly simple interactive project. I hope you enjoyed seeing how you could gerrymander your way into political power. And yeah, that's where I'll end it.